Hey! So this is an offline recording of a PB I just got in Zelda 2. I figured I would do some post-commentary, to provide some insight, since I was not recording that during the run. It was total focus mode, so let's give it a shot. Alright. So the run starts out like any other in the 100% all keys 1cc category. This is kind of like the hardcore category, or the most pure, I guess. Not the hardcore, but it starts out by ducking into this magic cave, and we are looking for a 50-point P-bag. Now, drops happen on small and large enemies every 6th enemy. There are two categories, the small and large. So this is the small, and the 50 bag is actually a 1 in 8 chance normally, unlike the 200 bag on the large enemy, which is a 50-50. So that's why we reset on Magic Cave a lot. I'm going to do something out of the ordinary here. I have a new strategy where I skip Shield Town, and I get the double bubble skip instead. I have a lot of different setups, depending on the encounter that I see exiting this cave. If the loader is there, I will low beam him like that. But if he's too close, you can't do it. So I think I get a left spawn here, which this is the ideal one for me. Yeah. So with the left spawn, we actually get a pretty nice 153 entry. And even that bubble skip is planned. I know exactly what the encounter is going to be based on exiting that cave and seeing the first one. So for this particular setup, we skip the Guria, but we exit stage left, which wastes like a second, but it sets up this back spawn on the northeast tile. And then you gotta do a little elbow noodle manipulation there. And what I like about this setup is I can run straight to the palace, back spawn, and everything's good. You can see my input display. I do use an actual NES console. This is running through the OSSC line doubler, HDMI out, so it looks very crisp. But I do have a setup where there's a spliced cable that you plug the NES controller into, and it goes to the console, but also to your PC, so it monitors the inputs, and that's what you're seeing there. Toe taps on the Stalfos. I mess them up a lot. I don't know why I do them, but I won't quit the toe taps. So, skipping the Guria, you have to kill 8 small enemies to get the necessary experience. I don't like skipping the Guria, but for these double bubble setups, we kind of have to. And the double bubble is not so much to save time, it's to mitigate potential time loss later on in the run. By skipping Shield Town, you can duck back into Shield Town later, say after Palace 2, and you make that swamp walk essentially half the length. It's just a swamp, and then you duck into Shield Town, and then you're good to go. Because you can make it to the tomb from Shield Town every time. That was me making a mistake on the low beam. We skip these 2 Stalfos. Once again, to line up experience. The Stalfos are worth 30 XP. Oh, bless you, kitty. Oh, kitty sneezing. Stalfos are worth 30, and the enemies in the basement are worth 50. So you'd rather have the drop be on the... I missed the low beam there. That's funny. But, yeah, you can't hesitate in this hallway if you want to get the reach around. I call that the reach around or the reverse key. If you hesitate at all, the hammer pattern will not be correct to do that jump. So it's good that bot didn't jump up and try to kill me on the way in. But yeah, the enemies downstairs are worth 50, and you'd rather have the bag drop be on the 30-point enemy because you're losing less experience. I've had this buzzing on, and the speaker's been on for like an hour. I didn't even notice. So, skip the Stalfos again. You gotta hit that elevator. And that will set up the nice bubble pattern here, where you bonk your head on the second block there and do a crouch beam. Steps are always troublesome. I do have to kill a couple bots on the steps. It's kind of required. So you do lose a little bit of time. There's a quicker way to do it, but I've not learned it. And you just gotta hope they don't jump at you there. Yep. Typical Goomba fight there. Iron Knuckles, you just do the falling stand stab. That's the secret. What was that, 505? Could be better. Could be better. It's okay. And we're actually good on bots. I think I kill another one for no reason here, which is strange. Because you're going to kill one upstairs, so you don't really need to kill that one. Whatever, RNG manipulation. Bonk your head on the 4th block and do a back beam to stop that bubble. You can also despawn him if you do like a frame perfect wiggle. But the beam is much better. Pray for a bag, you get a bag. You got 2 chances at a 200 bag and you need one of them. So it's a 75% chance you'll get a 200 bag in this palace. But for some reason, sometimes you get 24 jars in a row. You don't want jars because you will not be able to exit Palace 1 with attack 4 to get double jarred. Toe taps, level up before the next screen, that's what you want. Now we can skip the Chewy here. Chewy skip, stab him in the face, run under. If we did not get the bag, we would have to kill him, but we did. There you go. Skip that level up. Horsehead gives 50 experience, so we will just reach that threshold and be able to skip the next level up. Here's a double stab, followed by 2 singles. That's my patented Horsehead strat. It's not safe, don't do it. Doesn't even save time. But I do it, so... Oh, I gotta get ready to split, right? Ooh, that's a good split. Remind me to split, people from home that can't hear this. Time of the recording. So you exploit the Palace Gem. The Palace Gem always gives you a level up, no matter how much experience points are left. And that's kind of the speedrun in a nutshell, is exploiting experience points from the gem at the end of palaces. That's why we needed those P-bags, to skip enough levels to reach attack 4 by the end. And this will save 30 to 40 seconds, bar none. Trophy Cave, we gotta duck in here really quick and say hi to everybody's favorite Gorilla. It's one of my favorite Octorok kills. One of my favorite kills, really. Like the first cool thing that you learn. You gotta hold down forward to block that boomerang like that. Like toward the Gorilla, you hold down forward. Oh, you can see the inputs. I missed that bat twice. Bat Ninja. Got lucky there with no trolley spawn. And what is the entrance here? Wow, it's like 808. Ooh, this is a good run, boy. No wonder I got this time. Anyways. This is Jump Town. I don't know what it's actually called. Nobody cares. You get jump here. You got that trophy. This lady really wanted that trophy back. And you're gonna give it to her. In return, she lets you meet her grandfather in the basement, and he gives you a sick pair of Jordans, so you can jump higher. You will need to use the Jordans later in the run. Well, several places, but you really got to jump high in one of those places, as you'll see. There's a lady with a bowl on her head. I don't know what she wants. Never talked to her in my life. Never will. Here's Jump Cave. Jump Cave, I think I get hit by an Octorok, don't I? Yeah, I sure do, don't I? I just fucking walk into this guy, don't I? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh. Well, you get a life level up, it doesn't matter. This guy has tricky boomerangs sometimes. You gotta be on your toes, so to speak. I like to do double stabs on the gorillas, even though it's a bit risky. You gotta read. See, I read that. I didn't double stab because you have the boomerang sense. Stab those bats. Don't mind that one. And get the heck out of dodge. That's Jump Cave. A lot harder in the dark if you're doing any percent categories. But we have the candle. This is a 100% free spawn there, thankfully. Oh yeah, super free spawns. Wow. It's a good run. You'll notice the bricks are orange here. That's Bagoo, by the way. We need to know him. The bricks are orange. This palette is a different color palette for the NES. It's called Garish, or it's close to the Play Choice 10 palette, which is like a very saturated orange, red, yellow kind of palette. I like it a lot. It doesn't look good for a lot of games. My bad. Doesn't look good for a lot of games, but looks good here. Light split. Talk to the table. Table's my bro. Yeah, you know Bagoo, but do you know the table? She loves the table. So she's gonna let you inside. Talk to her grandfather, also locked in the basement. And he's gonna give you a spell. He's gonna give you a life, essentially. We select the spell as we get it, because the menu opens up automatically. And every time you open the menu, it wastes time, right? But if they're opening up the menu automatically, that's kind of the best time to select a new spell to use. And you do need to open the menu every time you use a spell. I don't know why the game is this way, but it is. So every time you use a spell, you need to re-queue it up, even if it's already selected. You gotta open and close the menu. So now that we know Bagoo, Riverman, he'll help us cross. You can see that we don't have full magic, but we're not going to talk to that magic lady behind us because we're going to get a magic level up, and that pretty much solves that dilemma right away. Death Mountain is every speedrunner's favorite area. It's full of combat. It's just a gauntlet. And when the rooms are fast, they look really cool. The bots and the bits and the bats are really the only random elements that throw a wrench in the spokes. I like those steps, always have. Skip him because he's a loser. Brush against that step to get the no-stop jump without landing on an octo-rock. This room is great with beam because you can stop the bat's terror like that, as long as the bots are in the right position. Double stab to single. Nope, it's a jar. Is this an all jar run? I forget. Maybe not. You kind of want some bags in Death Mountain so you can get attack 5 sooner. We're going to skip all the other level ups until attack 5. Ooh, took a bop. That's not good. I wasn't paying attention. Nice try, bot. Nice try again, bot. You'll see me doing a lot of double stabs, and these are the quick descending, falling stand stab to the rising crouch stab, like right here. Bam, ba-bam. That's a double stab. Get hit, doesn't matter. We're healing for this beam setup. Beautiful. 50-point bags we don't care about. While there are 6 count drops for 50 bags, they're not likely. It's going to be a blue jar most of the time, so it's... Why did I do that? It's kind of not worth counting the small drops in most cases. Only 1 point in the game, really. Are you doing that? That's the name of the game. Okay, there's a 200. That's not a bad run. Ooh, jumped into the sword. Nice. Free jar. This is 1427. Okay. I don't know if that's good or not, but sounds good. Double stab. Troy Aikman went the wrong way, so we didn't get a beam on him. Whatever. Stab the cats. Those are bouncing cats. You gotta wait till the experience tallies up before you exit the screen. Otherwise, you don't get the experience, and that enemy will respawn. That's a tip. In this hallway, you want to stab early with a crouch stab, like jump, stab, stab, stab. Otherwise, you'll run into his axe. A double stab. Oh, it's a jar. Split, I think. I don't have the audio on, so I don't know when I split. Okay experience, I guess. You don't lose too much time. You do lose some, though. I'm just so mad at the end game. The final palace really was disgusting. It's still fresh. It just happened a half hour ago, so. It's hurting me inside. I missed him. That's been happening. I don't know why. Whatever. Moving on. We have a hammer now. We can break rocks. That's spectacle rock. And this is a magic jar. Nice little Bemis there. Bemis. And we're going to use a musical cue here to do something called the Dudo. And hopefully get a backspawn like that, which we did. Which allows us to get to that cave without ducking into the other caves. Most of the time. Asterisk. It'll fail whenever it wants. Yep, typical. Gotta do a couple bubble bridges. I think I get bopped on the bubbles. So we neutral jump over these guys by releasing the D-pad in midair. And they can read your directional input. Most enemies read your directional input. So if you release the D-pad while jumping forward, they don't think you're moving anymore. And what enemies will usually do is run backwards as you're trying to approach them for some reason. Especially those axe throwers. And you can stop that by releasing the D-pad while jumping forward. Fast boulder dash there. So this tile is important. You get an encounter on that tile after the boulder, and it forces a double spawn here when you do this maneuver. And you usually get to the medicine cave with no encounters, unless it was a fairy spawn there. Then you run into a fairy. Another troll bridge here. Bogos, as they're called. Shooting the rocks. And some Dyras. If you want to practice double stabs, this is the room to do it in. Just save state here. And practice your double stab. Coach. Oh, yeah, I need to practice too. Apparently. Can take a death abuse there, but I actually prefer to take it on the glove. And if you're not really good at this game, you don't need to take that death abuse. It's only like 3 seconds, for real. It's like 3 seconds. Not a lot. We duck into this tile. Gives us an extra guy for another death abuse, but also you're closer to the grass, which allows you to hopefully get to the road. If we just ran straight from the cave to the grass, the encounters would spawn while you're still in the swamp, and you move at like half speed in the swamp tiles. So, chances of you getting out of there are not great. We got a front spawn on the boulder, which is normal. We're really good at the splits thing. This happened last time I recorded offline. Just no splits. This is impossible. It's impossible to split. I'll have to like look at the video and re-edit where my splits are. Whatever. So we cast jump. We jump up to this guy's second floor door. I don't know why it's on the second floor. but he put his door there. I don't know what to say. It's like one of those doors you see hanging out the side of a wall on the 5th floor. And you're like, what if someone opens that door? They're dead. They're freaking dead. I like how you enter through the 2nd floor door, but then you exit through the 1st floor somehow. Strange doorway going on there. Maybe that's just an open window, the size of a door. Well, the windows are kind of the size of the door. So we talked to this lady, we got the medicine, and she's just been feeling under the weather or something. Got the Dayquil for her, non-drowsy formula. And, yeah, in this town we pick up the amazing downstab and the amazing spell fairy. So the fairies are simultaneously the worst and the best thing in the game. Fairy spawns on the overworld are the worst, and you casting fairy might be the best thing. It's required at several places, and it also saves time picking up items, as you'll see in a bit. So you want to go up 1 tile, and then you want to do this little stair step manipulation. If you've been counting encounters, we have 1/2. 1/2 of an encounter. And even though I was running this with no timer, I know what the pace is based on the amount of encounters that I have, so I'm always keeping that tally in my head. Kill that gorilla. There's some subtle D-pad manipulation in there to make the gorilla closer to you, so you can do that downstab. So, it's not exacting, doesn't always work, but you should take a look at it. Just saying. And, yeah, this sucks that I had to edit the splits in post, but I'm gonna do it. Here's the swamp walk. Alright, front spawn and front spawn again is bad. This means we'll get a road encounter on the 3rd road tile. So this is another 1/2. So we're at 1 encounter. We're gonna get one there because I moved up like an idiot. Now we're at 2 encounters. And I think we just, yeah, we get lucky with some juke maneuver. 2 encounters. My PB had 0 to the entrance, so my PB was better here. So we are about plus 12 to 14 now. The swamp encounters are usually slower because you're in the swamp, and you gotta jump a lot. This is the Gooma room here. Do the simple dude kill. Get a P-bag. Hey, nice. We got one. I think I messed this up. Oh, no I don't. I got it. Wow. What a legend. So, we got a P-bag there, which is nice. Means we're gonna attack 5 pretty soon. And the sooner you get attack 5, the faster P2 is. It's not that big of a deal. There's one enemy in particular that you want attack 5 to be able to kill. Otherwise, he's just going to be a nuisance. And in this room, I'm going to fight some Stalfos. I think I actually skipped one. Like, he's friendly enough to where he jumps up there, yeah. And then that guy does that, which causes that Stalfos to hang back and allow me to just see you later. Saves a little bit of time. You'll notice my split name, Stare into the Rectangles. If you would like, just mute the video and watch the entire palace and just stare at the background and see what happens to your eyeballs. It's a nice optical illusion thing that goes on. Don't actually stare into the rectangles if you're speedrunning it, because you will run into every enemy, which sucks. I think I get hit. Not here. Okay, you need beam for this room because you're trying to protect yourself against the bots of death. That is the noob killer room. There's another one in Palace 3. Anytime there are bots around lava, it's trouble. Yeah, I think I messed this up or something. Yeah. Messed that up. Doesn't matter. We're gonna death abuse. I've already made up my mind. Since we've had, what, 2 encounters already? I'm like, I need to die to save a couple seconds. 2 encounters before P2. I need to die. So that's what we're gonna do. Block room is... There's block rooms in this game and they're random. They fall from the sky. You can actually get blocked here. You can actually soft block here. Actually. Because you don't have the ability to break the blocks yet. So if you get trapped, it's over for you. We're going to cast Fairy and actually take damage. Just run right through these guys. Grab the glove. So normally there's a fanfare when you pick up an item. But if you grab it as a fairy, it bypasses that. Saves time. Also, we die there. Saves some time. See the blocks? Evil. Evil blocks. I think our drop's at like a 2, so we're probably gonna kill this guy and get attack 5. Yep. Because the enemy on the next screen going down the elevator requires attack 5 to kill in 2 hits. And it's just easier to kill him. If you leave him alive, fire starts raining from the ceiling and it's kind of bad. But most of the time saving P2 is from skipping enemies, so once you understand the experience route, learn how many enemies are in the palace and what their experience is worth, and then start skipping. You gotta skip. Don't get hit. Skip everything possible. Don't get encounters. There we go. That's Zelda 2 strategy. Pretty much. It's almost better to not get hit in every scenario other than one. I'm telling you. Even if you think, oh, I'm boosting forward, it's not even saving time. I'm doing another little reverse key there, but we missed the key. Very smart. That reverse key's a little bit harder, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the background that's hypnotizing you, and then you mess it up. Because it's a very tight jump. You have to jump as soon as possible. If you jump too soon, you hit your head on the corner. There's a nice little strat. Just walk under them. You really only do that if you have beam, because you can control that bot. Our experience is good. Some people take life 3 in Palace 2, but I stopped doing that just because it seems to be better to take it in Palace 3. Drop will be here. We don't need it, so... It's actually quicker to kill that orange IK, that's why I do it. Skipping him, you have to hesitate. What's this fight look like? Oh, that was a weird stab. That was pretty good, we didn't get hit. Be a good palace. I'm ready to split. Let's do it. I'm ready. Skip the level ups. Definitely losing time here. Alright. That means we saved time in the palace. Oh, the death, right. We got more encounters on the way in, but we died on the glove, which saves some time. Woo! Ooh, I went up. Clutch. So this is the random part of the run, and this is why I do Shield Town after. Here's 1.5 encounters. And normally you have to walk all the way from P2 to the tomb, fall through a hole, and go to P3. But this way, I can get to Shield Town if I can spawn them like that. And boom, 1.5 encounter all the way to P3. That's good. And I know all the naysayers are like, oh man, your strat doesn't even save time, what a joke. You're resetting all the time before P1, and it's like, look, do you want to reset in P1, or do you want to reset before P3? Come on. That's a no-brainer. You get one nice back spawn there, or a random walk spawn there, as you're exiting that road onto the swamp, the last bit of swamp, and boom! You've made it to Shield Town. So we get Shield there. Shield is a useless spell, for the most part. We do use it at the end of the game. But yeah, you duck into Shield Town, And then when you leave, you can get to Tomb with no encounters. Do this little wait and then turn, right there. Spend an extra couple steps backwards, and then you walk right to the Tomb. We're gonna enter this hole at like a 29:53. Wow, that's good. That's like a world record kind of pace. It won't stay that way. Yeah, the end of the game really was embarrassing, but... Here's another room where you have to manipulate this Korea to move forward by relinquishing the D-pad. You gotta wait there a while for that guy, otherwise he'll follow you all the way to the palace. Alright, drops at a 2, probably? I don't care, I'm not playing the game. Why am I counting? Yeah, you can see here that the palace is orange. Most people's palaces are red, and this is the biggest difference in this palette for the NES. That's a weird level up. I skipped it. Why did I skip it? Oh, I wanted magic first. I was also worried about this room in case I got hit by those Mews, because they tend to hit me, but they didn't that time. Whatever. Yeah, we got the burnt orange palace. Tangerine green. And, yeah, you skip a lot of things in this palace as well. You kind of just wing it. Because if you're a little bit low, you can always make it up at the end. Anyways, there's extra enemies. That's how I look at it. It's a 4-tile jump coming up. First in the game, I believe. And they're pretty brutal if you miss one. Especially since I didn't have magic for jump. Kill the courtyard man. Grab a key. And be on our way. That guy doesn't actually hurt you if you just walk over him, but I killed him because I wanted the early magic. I thought about this because of jump. I'm a convert, you know, I'm a jump both ways kind of guy in this room. And I think it's the safe way to do it. You cast jump, grab the key, and I'm just going to neutral jump over him and skip him both ways. I think it's better to skip him than the courtyard one, if it means having full magic. And since we already have our magic level, we will not ferry this item, because we want to be able to jump on the way back. So we queue up jump again. That was a jackhammer on the blue iron knuckle, which you're going to see a lot. They tend to put those blue iron knuckles in the short hallways, and I don't know if they intended for that jackhammer to be a thing, because they always put them there, it seems, other than in Palace 5. Kind of strange. It makes you think. You gotta push this elevator down and block very quickly. That can be a jar half the time, but it wasn't a jar. People tend to call that one the never jar, even though it's a 50-50 like most of the jars. There's a jar, though. That's the benefit of counting your drops, is that you can prepare to stab behind you in the hopes that you get a magic refill. Or an experience if that's what you're looking for. Tetris room, I think I get bopped here. I do a nice drill downward and then I just take a bop like an idiot. No! Must be P4. Spoilers! Sorry. Yeah, the Minecraft, or the Tetris room. It's a very cool looking room when it's done correctly. It's aesthetic. Probably kill this Stalfos, because our drop's at a 1 and we want it to be higher. 2. Sets up our experience, because we need 400 or 399 entering the boss. And yeah, this blue iron knuckle can be a pain. Gotta be quick. Turn around and block. Skip the level up and get breaking. Get the heck out of there. Everybody's favorite boss, Rebo, Rebenak, Rebel Knuckle. We're gonna do the old school corner strat. We call this the whack hammer, because it's not that good. think I actually dismount and just stab him. Yeah, because he's being a jerk. So we just do that. No hits. Very beautiful. We might actually save time here. Where's this? This is world record pace. I'm not even joking. Damn. I queue up jump here. Because I'm going to use it later. Strategically. We get an encounter here because it's like a, random. So normally there's a setup to slink past that encounter below, but he random walked, which is like a 25% chance that they'll do that. You just move whatever random way they please and not listen to you. And that's what happened. But the run has been so good to this point. I was not even worried about it. I was like, nope, keep it going. It's gonna suck to see the time save and then the time loss. Oh man. Duck into the tomb on the way back. You gotta hope for good spawns here, that you don't catch any enemies on the road. They tend to do that. They follow you and then they run up in front of you. Here's the fire walk, which is terrible as always. Got lucky there. Move up here. Just run through that ferry, sure. That was scary. Yeah, ferries are ruiners of runs. Every time you get a ferry, it's a half encounter, so a 3-second waste. And whenever you see a ferry, the encounters tend to do weird things afterward. So we cast jump here. And the reasoning is, you need to extinguish your magic before refilling it in Reflect Town. So, when you put the gem in a palace, the end of a palace, when it's playing that jingle, you get a free menu. You can open up the menu as often as you want, and it's not wasting time while the jingle happens. So during that jingle, you can open the magic menu and select your spell, and you waste no time. So we select jump there, queue it up, so we can then burn the magic. And then we just got the fire spell here, which we once again get a free menu because it opens up. Now we can queue up fairy. We have just enough magic for fairy. We're gonna use that on the next item, which is not an item, it's a child. You want beam going into this cave because you don't want to waste time. If you do, there's a big chance that the encounters will do something strange out here. Which they almost got me, I believe. I move up like there. No fear. I've seen it all. I'm a hardened Zelda 2 vet. I've seen it all. No flinching. So we fall down this hole. I think we're going to kill the lizard because we're trying to set up our drops. We're still one behind. Kill him. Behaves like an iron knuckle. Same kills. We ferry the child. Instead of hoisting him above our head by his ankles, which is funny. This fairy is very strong. Good upper body strength. And now the walk back to Reflect Town. This is called the Dazzle. It's one of the most consistent manipulations in the game. It really is. Once you grab that one up and exit for some reason, it sets up the encounters to always do this. And provided you don't get a fairy spawn, you're gonna make it. See? You're gonna make it. Everything's perfect. Right here they're gonna spawn, move in, then move up. You want to get the skips here. There are 2 forced encounters. We want to get an encounter over that tile, because otherwise it's like a 12-second bubble screen and it's terrible. So we get both of them. And we're only plus 1.5. We got an encounter outside of P3. And we only lost 4 seconds? How did that happen? So we magic up there, and you see that spending that magic before allows the bar to not totally replenish, which then allows you to cast fairy and still get the full refill. Otherwise, you'll just have a full magic bar, then cast fairy, then you're stuck with 2 bars of magic, which is not good. So we get upstab there, it's useless. Well, almost useless. And yeah, we'll be on our way. I like this town because the sky's purple. People talk mess about my palette, but you know what? The purple is to die for. Look at that purple. Beautiful. Talk to the old lady. She wants the kid. We often joke about maybe we're kidnapping the kid, right? Maybe the lizard rescued the child and is keeping it safe from harm. This is an abusive family or something. Something to think about. Link doesn't care, he just wants a fucking spell. You don't give a shit. You get Reflect here. It's required to beat the boss. That's why we call it Reflect Town. You'll notice that speedrunners of this game don't call the town by the name. Jump the child. He's a curse. You should never walk through the child. Alright. So these skips are a total crapshoot on the way back. Look at this. I got lucky. I did some pause buffering, which is something we do, waste time, but allows you to assess the encounter situation. So here we go. Pausing. Okay. I know he's going to move in. Then I move down. That was very quick skip, actually, for me. Do I get a perfect walk? We're going to find out. I don't remember. Oh, I slink him, right? Yeah. Always slink. So if you move down on a specific frame, like... what the hell? There was only 2... Do you see that? Oh, we're going to do the rare slippy dippy... Oh my god! The slippy dippy slink. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm minus 30 here. Yeah, we ferry the container. And the reason why we cast Fairy late, because it actually saves time, since Link's hitbox is bigger than the Fairy. If you cast Fairy, the hitbox is small, so you have to move further into the item. And I think Yuno said something like, it saves 1.8 seconds over the whole game, like, combined, all the items. So I'm saving like a second or so. Decent. It wasn't enough, I'll tell you why. You'll see at the end, it wasn't enough. I needed to save maybe 2. But you'll see. So, that's a... So we're gonna lose all that time on the boss fight. Unfortunately. Here's upstab. Fly upstab, that's the only time we use it. No, we use it one more time. Take it back. Our drop is now set up. There are 3 forced kills in this palace. 3 red iron knuckles. And you want your drop to be at a 4 or a 5, exiting P4. And you'll see why. But it's at a 0 now. So now we know I need to kill the 3 iron knuckles, which are forced, plus an extra enemy, say a red Stalfos. I don't think I'd jump any flames here. Yeah, no fear. Jump without jump. Just do that because... Take life 4, and then you skip everything else. I think I queue up jump, yeah, like... I was scared at this point, because I knew I was saving time. I didn't know how much. Clearly it was a lot. But... Yeah. Grab the key. All the death abuse. Fall down a hole, hold down and jump, and then you automatically will just like rise up to the bubble, at which point you can beam him to stun lock. Skip these fellas, they don't matter. Here's another jackhammer. You hold down and jump until you enter his hitbox. Once you get that first hit, then you mash. Don't mash before that because you're going to get knocked out of the hitbox. We got the boots there. They're made for walking. In the water. Not made for jumping. You'd think so, but no. Walking. He's already got boots for jumping. And I'm gonna kill a red Stalfos in this room. You can skip him, but I don't like it anymore. It's too risky. Any version of the skip is too risky for me. So I just kill him now. And it's good that I do, because it sets up the drop. Another Death Abuse. 3 Death Abuses in this palace. It saves time and it replenishes your magic. So, trick with these flying heads, they're called Raws, is to only jump when they make you jump. Don't be jumping just whenever you want, because you'll mess up the pattern, and then you'll be taking a lava bath. Low beam there, swag, block. Oh, perfect haul, beautiful. Those wizards are random, so you have to stop sometimes. It just depends on what frame you're on, pretty much. This is the block room that we really mess up, isn't it? It's perfectly fine, and I do some down stab there twice. I don't know why. The reality is that the NES is old, right? I get hit there, which I don't agree, but the NES is old, and the controller, the peripherals are old as well. So if you keep doing diagonal down forward over and over again, which is what you're doing in this game, almost every stab has diagonal down forward. Eventually, you know, the D-pad's going to get a little loose. It's going to slip into that diagonal when you don't want it to, which is what happened there. That's why we burrowed. That's a fun one. I got a cast jump. You're going to stab 2 blocks away from the block like that to get that kind of block break. You can also just up-stab it, but it's slower, slightly. Easier to line up, though, right? You can then just jump straight up. To each his own. And, yep. Down stab over, stab on the other side, kill him. This is a block room with less pressure, so of course, beautifully done. Ironically, this is usually the one I mess up for some reason. But not that time. This is the Captain Crunch Palace. Try to imagine those weird yellow little kernels, you know, the gum-destroying ones. They kind of look like those squares in the background, don't they? That double rectangle thing. It looks like Captain Crunch to me. Hence the split name there. You want to jump as late as possible to manipulate those heads the correct way. Boy, this would be quite a run if Carrick would cooperate, huh? Too bad, huh? Too damn bad. Hey, look at that. Good hallways in this frickin' palace. Man, things could not be going better, right? That's what you're saying to yourself. Like, this is just splendid. I love it. Splendid run. Speeding on by. Rolling around at the speed of sound. You want to do an early jump to a crouch stab because he tends to jump there. If he doesn't jump, you can then down stab over. If he does jump, you just walk under. Because we don't want to actually kill him, because we're trying to keep a drop. After this IK, we are at a 4. Which means in Palace 5, we're going to get a drop on the second large enemy. So, the random boss of the game, you cast Reflect, and you sit in a corner. Now, let's see how many misses we get. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 misses, 19. We missed 19 beams. $19. Beams. We only lost 4 seconds. Or 5, or... Yeah, 5. I know how to count. It says it right there. I'm an idiot. So, I put the segment comparison there for that, and I still didn't use it. Yeah, 19 beams. Yeah, that's a, you know, we could have saved another 30. Nah, just kidding. It would have been like 10, but that's good, right? To save 10. So Palace 5, attack 8. You take 1 magic level. Skip everything else. What is there to say about this palace? It's pretty standard. Nothing special. No tricks or anything. Just straight up. Nothing. Normal, you know, just go through the palace as normal. Make the jump and all that. And you're good to go. Yeah, nothing to see here, really. We call that... I'm jesting a little bit. I'm sorry. We do call that the eco key, because it's, you know, more economical to take that damage boost than to cast fairy. You may not know this, but the fairy does not pick up keys. So if you cast fairy, which there was a drop, by the way, if you want it to be a jar. When you cast fairy, you have to go out of the room and then double all the way back, wasting like 12 to 16 seconds. And that's why it's called the eco key, or freako key, or eco-free. Several different names for it. This block room is not great. So you need a stack of at least 2. And I'm like, alright, there's 2. And then I'm like, alright, there's another 2, which I messed up. But check this out. That was so close. We almost got stuck. That was not a good block room. Fairies cannot go through blocks. So that was almost a complete tower. I almost screwed my run again, which I've done it before. But we got out. We didn't get bonked a lot, but it was still super slow. Unfortunate about the Karok thing, huh? That was a really long fight. We want to cast jump in this room and get this cool little stab. Very cool looking. Grab a key. Every key. We need them all. All keys. I don't know why. We just need them all. I'm gonna queue up life, probably. I know I'm gonna kill a Mago and level up unintentionally. You want to get the level up whenever you can. There is a situation where if you kill no Magos, which are those orange wizards, you don't have enough experience before the boss. It's a very long palace with a lot of experience, but sometimes they just don't line up anywhere. So it's best to get that Mago kill when you can, and just prepare life if you need it. You know, think ahead. This game is about thinking ahead. That's it. This is a pretty good room. I saved this room. This room is saved. Watch this. It's a hot room. Oh my god, that's hot. Jesus. Alright, this will be a 5 on the drops, I think. And the blue iron knuckles don't count towards the drop for some reason. I do a little hesitation on the D-pad there to make sure that he doesn't leave the low ceiling, because you want to jackhammer him. Especially when you're opening the door, you don't want to be holding forward. That's what I learned. And sometimes these Magos appear in a place where you cannot avoid them, like right here. And then I get stuck on the elevator like an idiot. I had no choice but to just wait it out or tank them. I chose to tank them. This game is, you know, evil. Like, there's another one. I killed it, and then I ran into a tin suit, which I guess I'll take that trade. Better than running into the Mago fire. Here's our triple Stalfos. Since my drop is 1 short, I want it to be on a 6 right now, not a 5. So I'm going to kill one of them. And usually one of them will jump up in the air and you'll kill it automatically. But since this one doesn't, I just turn around and stab him like that. Get a free jar. There's a troublesome jar in the next room. And if you don't have to grab that jar, I would recommend not grabbing it. So that's why I like that jar there, because it's in that block, on that row that I just called out. And usually if you hesitate in that room, the Magos start, you know, dumping fire everywhere. And that's not good. Yeah, but after the eco key and the super random block room, this palace is the most boring palace in the game. So it's super high stress. Your run ends if you fail that jump, but then at the same time, it's the most boring palace ever. You're just walking. walking. We've killed a lot of Moggles at this point, which it doesn't usually happen. I'm gonna miss this jar, aren't I? I'm gonna miss the jar grab. Just another thing that could have got me the second place run, huh? I'm noticing everything that cost me second place right now. But there's some big stuff later on. Watch this jar grab. Super good, right? Oh, there's the second place. Bye! Yeah, you do an elevator manipulation, stabbing the wall to the left when you go down, so the bubble's in the right spot to down stab. Oh, bye! There's another second place. Say goodbye. Those two things, I could have got first. Not first. Second place. Definitely not first. But you can never be mad at something like that, because this game is all RNG. And it's like the butterfly effect, you know? It's a domino effect. One thing falls over, they all do. So, whatever stupid mistakes I'm making are helping the RNG that I have later, whether I like it or not. So you have to just kind of swallow that pride and say that, well, that mistake was for the best because I have a good time here. It's more of the stupid mistakes at the end that are completely in my control. Look at my swag kill. Oh, that's the way to do it. Look at this beautiful kill. I missed the 2 stabs, but... Oh my god. Oh my god. We saved... Dude! This is such a run! Oh, no. I can't believe I... Oh, God. I can't believe I lost so much time. Mistakes were made, and I'm beginning to... I mean, it was still a run, but mistakes were made. So up next is the river dance, which is the stupidest trick in the entire game. It's totally random. And we're doing the new scat. Boysy, boysy, bop, zitty bop. Yeah. This is called the cat dance, which is kind of a variation on the old dance. I almost got caught there because that was a random walk, but we made it. And hopefully you get an encounter right here. And you run right on that tile. There are 3 fence encounters, and you want to skip one of them because they're very long. Luckily, we got first try river. We're going to take our levels to 866, skip the next, and be on our way. If I took life 4, I could save time, actually. That would have been the second place, too. And now you see why you want to skip one of the fence screens. It's because it's this. It's very long, you take a lot of damage, and you can't cast fairy on one of the screens if you have to do all 3. So this way we get to cast fairy on both screens that remain. And then here's some more random crap. We gotta duck in and out of this bridge screen and set up a hidden town walk. Wait here for the spawn, move 7 tiles after. Hopefully you get a friendly pattern to get out of the way as I did. Cast fire in here, kill the Tektites. We want a red jar on this Tektite, but we're gonna get a pea bag. It was a good grab though, right? There's the second place right there, too. There's the second place. We lost it. I'm gonna call out every time I lost second place. Yeah, if you get that jar, you don't need to talk to the magic lady, and you save... Oh, I don't know, 3 seconds? So you see those 3 seconds we saved? You just throw them away, right? Throw them away, because we gotta talk to a magic lady. Hi, magic lady. 5, 6... Yeah, it's 3 seconds. Man. I hate this game. I hate this game. Anyways. Here we are. And, we're gonna go into this basement and learn a new spell. Remember, the magic word. Juicy. I mean, spell. Spell. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hello? sneeze during the run at the same place, and it didn't happen. Cast spell there. Summon the giant door, the world's largest door, the world's erection. I don't know what you call it. And then we're gonna ferry that key, which is the master key. From this point on, there are no more keys. Well, there are, but they're forced grabs. You have to grab them. Master key, of course, is one of the keys. All keys, baby. And we'll have just enough. The reason why we talk to the magic lady or get the jars so we can ferry both of these items. So on the way out, we talk to this lady, and she has an item in her basement as well, required for 100%. So we're gonna get that, ferry that as well. It's a magic jar. Now we have all the jars. One more heart container to get. We'll get that soon. I think that's the last. No, one more time we'll see the orange bricks. One more time. And now for the cave. Shockingly enough, you can lose a lot of time in these caves. The next room, the Tektite room, if they block your passage and they start bouncing all over you, you're gonna lose 3 seconds on knockbacks. Let's see what we lose here. That guy was friendly. Oh, I stubbed my toe there. Yep. That's like a second and a half there. So, there goes second place. Alright, this is a slink. Remember, move down at the right time when they're in between tiles. And then we get a lucky back spawn for the second. No encounters. Boom. Grab the heart. Don't ferry it. Whatever you do, don't ferry that heart, or bad things will happen. Here's the manip. Move up there. Move up. Blow a whistle between the 3 rocks. Make Palace 6 appear, and you're in. Now we're in Fuchsia Palace. This palace is go time. This is go time. This is when you're feeling like we're on a good run here. Don't F this up. I kind of F'd it up, but you'll see. Good wizards. They allow passage. There's a 4-tile jump here. I think we damage boost here. I was so scared of falling because I fell in a race, I think. And then I just did that. Block a couple knives out of the way. Whatever. 1 block of health. Doesn't matter. You can make that jump, though. But if you fall, it's like a 10-second loss, so... Here's WizCon on the way there. Pretty decent. They behaved. I mess up the hot strat. Oh no, I forgot. I clipped the ledge. Oh no, that... My own strat. I can't put this online. I stubbed my toe. My toe. Grab that jar, very swaggy. I made up for it, I guess. Oh no. Oh no. This is disgusting. Quick kill, baby. I made up for it right there, guys. Just pretend that... Oh, how can I mess it up? You're supposed to downstab the second block, which traps the bubble. He's like coming at you, and then he goes inside the hole. Call it the hot strat. I made that. That's my strat. It's the best strat in the game. I'm heartbroken right now. Of course I landed on that. Of course I would. Well, we must get the rail grind on the way back, right? Queue up fire for the new hot strat. Okay, at least we got the rail slide there. Good, good. All right. We made up for it a little bit. I'm sorry. Look, I wasn't even thinking about it. I forgot it was even a strat. See, it's better to not take hits here. I'm telling you right now, that hall is better when you don't take hits. Stop trying to damage boost. Just avoid it. There's a ceiling walk you can do here. You gotta be frame perfect, and we never are, so we didn't get it. One day we'll get it in a room. Sure. Not today. That could have been the second place. There you go. This is the super hot Laying down the double fire. Ooh, nice Mew stab. He tried to screw me. No way, Jose. Wait for the Mew to move. Pretty fast. I was not about to take a plunge. I only have 1 life. Oh, wait. We almost did take a plunge. As you'll see, in the near future. Don't worry. 2-cycle Barba coming up. Boy, hey, this is an epic fail coming up. Like, this is like... I didn't want to get hit by this bubble. I was going to cast Jump and do the safe 1 cycle. I was convinced. I'm like, I have enough magic. Just don't get hit by the bubble. We're going to do the safe 1 cycle. It's easy. Don't want to ruin this run, I said. And then I got hit by the bubble. I think this dismount sucked as well. Let's see. No, that's fine. That's like the standard. That's my standard kill. Get hit once, then kill him. Yeah. This is a good time. This is a good time. Oh, we must lose some. I'm glad I didn't have the splits. I would have choked. I would have choked looking at this time. This is a good one. We have 2nd place. I'm looking at a 2nd place time. So even though we have 1 block of magic, we have slightly not enough for jump. So we're going to try the jump list. We fall off immediately. I mess up the up stab. We still get some hits in. Luckily, he comes back. Not the worst thing that could have happened, right? He could have went to the left side or whatever. I thought I didn't grab the key as well. This is still a good time with a 2-cycle. Oh my god, it could have been fucking minus 40. Minus 42? How do we mess up minus 36? Minus 36? I would have fainted on stream at this time. I would have straight up just fell asleep. I would have done that on stream. Good thing I did it offline. Here's our last orange building. I would have been like, what's going on? Attack 9. So we took attack 7 on that bridge. Magic 7. You don't want to take attack 9 there because it doesn't make you stronger. It actually just gives you a 1-up. And it wastes all your experience. So we take magic 7 and then skip the level up. So we are 500 away. And this is the problem with my great palace. We have no lives, so we cannot death abuse. I make a mistake going into Great Palace that I wish I didn't make, which is to not kill one of the red enemies at the end worth 100. Here are the troll bridges. People are scared of these, me too. But if the enemies spawn in front of you, at least one of them, usually the pattern is acceptable like this. You can just keep going and then block fireballs if they come. Very scary, but best not to lose health there. Take that spawn to be safe. Don't try to slink it because you get random spawns here. Boom! Very good skip. I think I get hit at the end of VOD, but it's very good otherwise, right? Low beam. Man, I was scared of that one. High beam. The pattern differs depending on the encounter type. If it's the small encounter, the MOA to the left will be close and on the screen, and you can react. If it's the heavy encounter, the big boy, the MOA is off the screen, and you have to kind of like damage control it. You throw an early beam, you get ready for the low spawn just in case. We made it to the cave with no extra encounters. Got a nice bounce. Ooh, this is a good room, isn't it? This is one of those aesthetic rooms, right? Oh, wow. I think we get a good max. Good enough, anyway. Yep. Pops a fireball out, whatever. There goes the second, but no. No, you'll see where the second place goes in a minute. And it's all due to this. Did I get hit here? Yeah, I did. That's not where it goes. That's just a hit. We do double stab this blue Lizalfos here. And I forget what my experience is. I'm just not even looking at it. So I'm trying to go through him without killing him. But my hands were trying to kill him. Good VOD nonetheless, but we are 115 away from... So what's going to happen here is I'm going to lose at least 20 seconds. We're going to gain 10, but we're going to lose 20. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. We do some things well. I cast Fairy here. I don't like this first Firebird. And if I have full magic, I think I do that every time. Maybe I regret doing that, though. We'll see. Because we get bopped on some Firebirds later. At least one. I believe it's on the third one. You know, the one that's very pesky for some. I would Fairy over him, but I think I had to heal or something. Well, I don't know, actually. We'll find out. But, yeah. There's a couple floating headrooms and a Dark Link fight that you have to pay attention to. A couple bops is whatever, right? This is the first headroom. I'm thinking, I need to kill a couple floating heads. I should have waited in that... Yeah, see, I did this thing. Like, what am I doing? And then I get hit and lose 10 experience after gaining 20, which is good. We got that floating heads in a good spot. I kill that one. He gives me a jar, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate this game. But, hey, we didn't get hit again. Kill me, I'm thinking. Kill me. I've already wasted 6 seconds in one room, and I didn't get anything for it. It's so frustrating. Why did I do that? It usually goes fine killing them. I have no problem with it. I guess I'm too good now. I can't do it. Alright. Problem number 2. Fire stays there. The first fire was far out. Now I gotta wait, because I'm almost dead. I life up. So there's problem number 2. I don't think I try to kill these guys. I don't go for the jar. I just go. I remember what Simple said. Don't go for the jar. I'm thinking, I don't have a shot if I'm going for a jar. That was a weird block break. Down stab over. Very risky. Works out. Quantum Leap. That's Scott Bicula, by the way, and we made it through. Quantum Leaped over his ass. Better than my last one in the PB. Alright, this is kill number, what? 4? 4 on the drops. Now keep this in mind. Because we're going to have another drop situation happen here. I gotta kill some floaty heads. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna have enough for spell. If I kill the Muse, one of them's gonna give me a drop. And it's not enough experience anyway. I knew the drop was a 4. You gotta upstab that guy. Probably would've been better to just kill his ass, but I don't want to die. If he jumps at you, you gotta upstab him and just wait. So that's time loss that's out of my control. There's a fairy over there if you want to be a wimp and go for the ultimate shame fairy. So I kill this guy worth 10. He doesn't give me a drop. And I'm thinking, well, one of these is going to be a drop no matter what. So I'm getting 10 more experience. But then I only kill one of them somehow. And it's a drop. And I'm like, I can't believe this. So I have to kill 3. I was going to kill the set of them and then kill a Mew. There's the other upstab spot. You do it on the king bot. These are the Mews. We don't need to kill them at all, so we don't. As long as we enter Thunderbird before a 74, we have a chance at 74. That's kind of like, you need a minute. And we have about a minute. We cast Jump, Shield, Reflect, queue up Thunder, and we got to get this one cycle. For sure. Do double stab, get a couple stabs here, swing to the left and flail like an idiot. There you go. One cycle. Panic Dolphin. Alright. So this Darkling fight really trashes it. I think there's 3 jump backs or something. And we're going to see what this time is. It's not going to be official. I'll just frame count it. Because my split button is not... My split hand's not great. But, yeah. bleeding time already. There's already one jump back. Look at this. 2 jump backs. Slide back, which is a jump back. And there you go. So we lost, like, I would say 11 seconds on the Dark Link. Nah, maybe only like 6, but like... There you go. 74-51. Could be a high 50. Could be a high 50. I'll probably go adjust those couple splits that I split early on. And look at the time code, of course. But, yeah, that's my first 74-minute run. I did it offline because it's less pressure. I think I did that for my first 75 and my first 76, I'm not sure. Link actually gets friend-zoned here. I'll put up the sprite maybe on the screen, I don't know. But a long, long time ago, a runner named Feasel did a speedrun of this game, and he did it with like a glitched cart. Like the cart was not seated properly in the console, and you could like see all this artifacting all over the screen. So when he got to the end of the game, the curtain just disappeared. And then you could see the whole sprite behind the curtain. And it was just Link getting a hug from Zelda. She gave him the cold shoulder, man, after all that. And it blows my mind that forever this was not known. Or the sprite sheet was out there, but people did not perceive this as a friend zone sprite. But he said, oh my god, Link got friend zoned. And it's the funniest Easter egg possible for Zelda 2. Just a complete hilarious turn of events that he just gets a hug after what is, I guess, known as the hardest Zelda in the franchise. Very challenging. Programmer. Shoutouts to Nakazu. And yeah, this was performed on an actual NES console. And I'm going to push start here to replay probably. And show you the New Game Plus file. There it is! Lol. Catch you guys next time.